to show you how you can make a Breakout EDU digital game. In this game, it's the most simple game you can make. If you can learn how to do this, then you can start to be more creative and add more complicated questions and challenges. First thing I've done is on Google Drive, I've created a folder and I've called this Create Your Own Game. You can call it anything you want. And inside it, I've got so far two things. One, I've got images related to my questions. So I've got a question about the First World War, a question about the periodic table, and a question about the W trek in Chile. I've also included images of locks to make my game look more realistic. So I have a number lock, a letter lock, and a directional lock. You can get any images you want from Google. Now I'm going to start to create a Google form. So I'm going to take a Google form, and you can tell this is a general knowledge quiz. So let's call it Breakout EDU General Knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to add 3 different locks to this game. The first lock will be a number lock. So I'm going to call this 4-digit number lock. And I'm going to use some validation. So the 3 buttons on the bottom, make sure validation is ticked. So I want my number to be equal to 1914. So they have to get that right. So let's make that a required question. Let's have another. This question will be about the trek in Torres del Paine, the W trek. So this is going to be a directional lock. 7 directions lock. Let's make this short answer. Let's make it with validation. Let's say it's text, and the text is equal to, well, contains, should say equals to really, but it's not a number. Down, right, up, down, right, up, down. This is important. Okay, so you could, if they get it wrong, you need to say something like combination not correct. And I should do the same for this one. Okay. And let's have one more. Add a question. And this is going to be letters. Let's have a look. 5-letter lock. And this is going to be required. This is going to have validation. And it's going to be text, contains. And I'm going to ask a question about the periodic table. And the answer will be boron. Now I've got my 3 locks. Let's just make it a little bit more attractive. I'm just going to add 3 images. So I'm going to add an image of my number lock. And let's see how it looks. So 4-digit number lock. I know my answer. I know the answer I'm looking for is 1914. Let's see if I put it correctly. It says combination not correct. So only when it's correct will I be able to proceed. 7 directional lock. I know the solution I wanted was down, right, up, down, right, up, down. And then the word I was looking for was boron. When I click submit, it says your responses have been recorded, so that's a little bit boring. We want something to say your mission has been achieved, you have completed the game, something more interesting than that. So if I go to the settings icon at the top, click on presentation, I can say, well done, you have broken out. Now if I do the same again, let's do this quickly, 4-digit lock, 1914. Oof, I don't remember what that is. Copy, paste. Boron. So it's probably worth mentioning whether you want them to write in capital letters or not, because watch what happens when I don't use capital letters. Aha. It also says must contain boron, so that's no good. I don't want the students to know the answer. So we need to make sure in here we have custom error. If you don't have custom error text, it's going to give you the answer. So let's do the same. Combination incorrect. Please use capitals. Now let's try it one more time. Boron. Let's do it wrong. Yeah, now it says combination incorrect. But before it was giving me the answer. So you must remember to put an error message. Boron. Submit. Well done, you've broken out. So that's step 1.